heaven turn to hell, I gotta stay alive. Lord have mercy on my soul, stand by my side. I killed an old man and I watched him die. Lost a couple niggas, guess he went my round. They play my niggas, lay you down, they on down the ride. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Keep my gun in my arm, I gotta stay alive. Tell me we don't live in hell. My brother doing 55 in that cell. Nigga claiming he your round here spin shell. Same nigga you put on to hit the standing.
I'm coming, y'all. Hey, what's up, Ayash? Just trying to pick which group I'm gonna add this to. Add it there. Oh, welcome to another edition of Card Chronicles. Yo, y'all know why I flipped this like this? I hate this yellow thing that's up top here. Like, it's like just a warning thing, but it irritates me to see that when I'm looking. So that's why I always flip that like that, if anybody was wondering. Not to say that y'all cared or anything like that, but just in case y'all was wondering, like, you know, everybody got their own little nuances. So that's my little nuance, man. But welcome to another edition of Card Chronicles. I hope y'all got some questions. Hold up. Let me put this in the chat. Let me put my number in the chat just in case. And I clicked it down. Hold on. I can't. Hold on. Let me see. It's not letting me click the video that I want. Hold on. Let me see. Bear with me 1 second. Let me go another route. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. See if it opens up this way. I was clicking the button, it wouldn't let me open it up. So this is my phone number. Now y'all know the rules. If y'all want to challenge any subject, by all means, you can challenge the subject. Somebody said hello from Japanese jail. That's new. Also, we got our cookout coming up in Harlem. Y'all know, if I could, when we started doing them cookouts, everybody was doing their cookouts. That's all I'm going to say. We do boat rides. Everybody do the boat rides. You know, we like being the trendsetters, man. But we are having our cookout in Harlem. It'll be at Marcus Garvey Park, September 1st. The festivities start August 30th, which is a Friday. That's when General Jaime will be teaching his class, and we'll be doing Cross the Line Radio Friday. Saturday we're gonna be teaching in Times Square. We got this peer club that we're going to after that, and then Sunday is the cookout. Somebody said, "Hey Paul, you got to be a special type of community lover to take the abbreviations of the community and make it about Trump." I mean, we do say all white people are natural community lovers. So I'm not surprised that Paul Slice would take that and flip it. I've never seen a black person flip LGBTQ to being something straight. That's crazy. Look at Paul. Y'all see Paul Slice? Paul Slice or Saucy? Your name is now Paul Saucy. That's how we're going to pronounce that. Paul Saucy. You know, Saucy is short for Saucy Santana. I figured you wouldn't have a problem with being called Paul Saucy, being that you made Trump be the LGBTQ. That's interesting. But yeah, look forward to what I like about the Harlem cookouts that's a little bit different from the other cookouts that we have is that where we center that cookout at is right with the heart of Harlem, meaning you're gonna see people. You like that one, Ayash? I see Ayash like that one. Um, it's right with the heart of Harlem in the sense that the cookout we do in Harlem is for the community, right? And so because it's for the community, we try to go to a park that emphasizes the community. And Marcus Garvey Park in Harlem definitely does that. All right. It says, if I divorce my wife off this Roman contract and still remain with my wife, would the Most High be offended? I'm asking. No, no, he wouldn't be offended. He would not be offended. If anybody is reading the comment section, Yesiah is asking a good question, and your question actually works both ways. So, of course, in Esau's kingdom, Cap, I had your bottle in Detroit. Yo, you should have found me, man. You should have just brought it to the table, man. Come to the Harlem cookout and bring the bottle. Um, Cap, what's that workout? I ain't got the ingredients with me, but it got like. Hold on, let me answer the Romans question first. So your question works both ways, Josiah. So America has a contract that binds a man and a woman together in marriage. But that's not what God recognizes as marriage. It's just an American contract. And you can only have one of them in America. So in America, you can only have a marriage contract with one woman. But that's not what binds you biblically. What binds you biblically is, of course, the courtship, the sex that consummates it, and staying together according to the Most High. So if you broke the American marriage contract, that's not binding to the Most High. You're still with the woman. Now, if you break off from that woman, now that's breaking off from the Most High. We've had brothers in the history that I've heard of in the school, we've had brothers do marriage contracts just to keep a brother in the States or a sister in the States, because you have to be legally married. So we've done that. So the contract, the paperwork has nothing to do with the law. All right. Somebody, I answered the bottle. Somebody asked, what's my drink made of? My drink, it got creatine in it, citrulline in it, carbs in it. The reason why I like this particular drink, the drink that I take, the pre-workout that I take before I work out is called PMD Insanity. And the main reason I like PMD Insanity, I had the other one that I used to take was what's the one by GNC? GNC got one that I used to take, right? I'll tell you why I stopped taking it. GNC is like lit. Is it lit AF? GNC lit. There we go. Hold on. The one I used to take was Beyond Raw lit AF, and I used to like that one. But the reason why I like the PMD one, Insanity, is because it has 15 grams of what they call smart carbs. Look, he said, oh God, Black Israelites. Hey, you can always call that phone number and say what's your problem with Black Israelites. All you gotta do is just call in and don't be scared. Oh God, it's Black Israelites. I'm trying to see if I can get the some of the ingredients for you. So some of the ingredients, it has creatine, citrulline, beta-alanine, amino complex. But I like that it has carbs because I don't like to eat before I work out. So I'm always working out on an empty stomach. So because this drink has the carbs in there, it helps with the workout. Hey Cap, you gonna be on the grill for the cookout? I don't know. I might get up. Listen, don't sleep on the skills. I could grill. But there's some brothers, the brother from Connecticut, Gabar Maf from Connecticut, and I think it might be Bequat, like they like to work the grill. So I don't like to get in the way of the brothers with the grill. Let me see. I'm gonna talk about the 85 South Busta Rhymes and the battle in a second, but I do see questions, so I just want to hit the questions real quick. Do we mention the woman who anointed Christ as a memorial every. Okay, Hebrew Knights of Zion. I don't want to. I don't want to. Hold on. Hebrew Knights of Zion. I don't want to. Should be there by Tuesday. I don't want to say no crazy thing to you or anything like that, but yeah, I don't think it has to go. It's not supposed to be said literally everywhere you teach. What you're saying don't even make sense. It's like, when people asking stupid questions. Let me see. Cap, AP for the hair correct tonic. Been using for a few months and hair starting to show. Shout out to Rose, the young lioness. You see my hair. Listen, I'm looking for a braider. Now I'm in Jersey. I'm gonna tell you something. I made a post on my Facebook page. Said I was looking for a damn braider. And I tell you, they came out the woodworks. And they telling me to hit them up. That ain't how you sell. So I made a post. Hold on, where the post at? I said, who in the New Jersey can braid? I'm looking for a braider. I get 20 comments. It says, Marquaz says, stop the cap. Mika say, look at here. Chrissy say, I'm available. Inbox me. I got some openings left. But they supposed to contact me. Once this girl Alice said, I can massage me real quick. I'm assuming she said message me real quick. So everybody telling me that they could braid, but ain't nobody sending me no information. If you selling to me, you supposed to sell me the information. I ain't supposed to message you. That's how I always looked at it. But I am looking for somebody that could braid my hair. So we'll see how it goes. Now, the 85 South interview. Did y'all see the 85 South interview? 85 South interview, for those that don't know, let me go ahead and find it real fast and put it in the link. Let me go to my channel. Now, when y'all look at it, the funny part about it is say Tyree Glass. And I don't know if people have been butchering my last name, my legal last name, since I've had the last name. Because most people look at gas as G-A-S. Of course, mine has two S's. So they either say gas with one S or glass or gauze or whatever. And when we went to the interview, to get us in the interview, you had to go through, they got a security. So you had to present your ID. So that's when I give my name. So the brother that set up the interview, I had to give him my name. So I texted him my government, which was Tyree Gas. And I guess they assumed that's the name I'm going to go by. But when they put it in the interview, it said Tyree Glass, which I thought was kind of crazy. But I'm going to put the link to the interview. Let me put it in the chat here. Hold on. So let me put this in the chat. So if you click that link, so I'm gonna just play a couple of parts, because the interview, what I liked about the interview was that there was some comedy in the interview, there was some laughs in the interview. There's this part when when Carlos was talking about the boot kiss. I'm gonna just play that part because that was one of the funniest parts to me. Because I'm not knowing that you as an Israelite. I'm just watching you. Well, let me see. Chinese culture, they got what the Hindu. Let me see. Hold on. My children, you don't have to do what I say.
You gotta say the word, buddy.
You gotta say it.
Y'all go through a lot of crazy shit. Like I said,
hold on. I'm just trying to find.
Yeah.
So I debated the polite. Hold on, let me see if I can find the boot kiss, because what is
this moment you got, because I done seen another episode.
Hold on.
That's doing it. Mm-hmm. Even when we doing the boot kiss, when they come and kiss the boot, it's black people that argue with us. That's why I mentioned white. Me and him got into a full-on argument because he said that we putting black people in danger by making white people kiss the boot. And then black people, they'll pick up the white woman. They'll be trying to pick the white woman up no, don't do that. And
so that's me talking about. So now that's me talking about the boot kiss and how we get the boot kiss. Yeah, the interview is on 85 South channel. I just put the link in there, right? So now I want to show y'all Carlos. Carlos is crazy, yo. Carlos is master. There's this guy named Polite, like this fake. He actually molested for. You want to see the other white people face when they see this white, especially if it's a white woman. You know, that's it. That shit be inspiring, man.
Wait, what? Now, so what do white people get? They feel like
for them they feel like
reparation.
I'm apologizing for my ancestors. Yeah,
I ain't got to pay nothing now.
Something.
Oh, yeah, I kissed the boot. I can't be racist.
That's what they think for a moment. I ain't racist no more because I kissed the boot.
What if it was on the scavenger hunt? Kiss his boots. Freaking white people on that shit don't surprise me. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's go get hammered and kiss the boots, man.
Where the Israelites at? We want to kiss the boot.
Man, I'm shit-faced, man.
Yeah, hold on.
You heard the speech?
Where the Israelites at? We want to kiss the boot.
Man, I'm shit-faced, man.
That's how you doing something wrong. Motherfuckers seek it out. You ain't heard the speech yet.
The closest is
I know what you're going to say. I already know. I was here already. Dude, I'm like really sorry.
He said, oh, hold on, I already know what you're going to say. Dude, I'm really sorry. Wait, but then he going to say, wait, hold on, let me play a little more. Hold on.
I know this shit. Dude, my fucking heart's broken for you. What did you say it was in? Isaiah Thomas, go to that one.
He said, where'd you say it was at? Isaiah Thomas? This nigga said the book of Isaiah Thomas, man. Carlos is a fool. That brother is funny as hell. It was this other part when we was talking about hold on.
Bro, can I?
We was talking about we was talking the other part, and it's a lot. Now, what I do like is that at about if you go to like the 57, hold on. she said, how y'all get mad at me and not mad at this nigga? Hold on. So now at the
she on coke.
I'm trying to find
documentary about this.
Like
shit.
we talked about multiple wives. We talked about Russia. We talk about the Russian icons. We talk about black. We talked about all of that. And what I did like and what I respected
then
about
bust it
them,
down and do a whole 12 episode series with
the way that y'all have it, just so
definitely. I think
so really break
at
down
the 1 hour mark. So about the 1 hour 2 minute mark, Moneybag asked if I could break down like who we are, what we about, how we do it. And so when you watch the whole interview, you're gonna see us having serious and funny moments at the same time. So you're gonna see us. When I play the part about good times, you're gonna see that. When that's probably the last part I'll play. But when he asked me that question, and I start going into how we got enslaved, the history of us being Israelites, when I start going into it, they let me speak uninterrupted. Even when I talked about Martin Luther King, they let me speak uninterrupted for almost 20 minutes straight to drop the truth. And so it's 20 minutes being on their platform, their comedic platform, which I respected the most. And I got the utmost props for Moneybag Mafia and Carlos, DC Young Fly, Chico wasn't there, but I had a respect for them. I met them like 3 weeks ago in Newark. So I have the utmost respect that they open up their platform for this type of information to come out, because now, and people get to see the Israelites sort of in a different light, because most people look at us like, oh, y'all them niggas that argue, like we can't relax, have fun. Yo, one of the, hey, Ayash, if you still in here, one of the comments on the channel was like, Captain Tazaryach left there high as fuck because, of course, they're smoking their weed while they're doing the interview. So now this puts us in an environment where we can teach the truth no matter what the condition is. And so I was able to teach the truth for an hour and a half to my brothers and my sisters and the audience that was in there. Like the audience that was in there wanted me to call the white man the devil, the audience. Because when I said, so there's a part in the interview when I said oppressor, and I said, I don't want to say what I would normally say. And so the audience is like, well, what would you normally say? And then I say it. When I break down how a man, the difference between a man having multiple wives and a woman cannot have multiple husbands, the audience wanted to break down on that. So the audience was even involved. The audience was attentive. So it made a perfect balance, a perfect blend. To Mark Cleveland, when it says, what makes a white man a devil? His deeds. Yes. When we call a white man a devil, the word devil means deceiver. And that's what we mean. Jesus, if Jesus was a Jew and they say he is God, does that mean God is Jewish? Well, Jesus is not God, and Jesus never said he was God. And Jesus is from the tribe of Judah, so he's not Jewish. You got to understand, when you're talking about Jewish culture and Israelite culture, here's the biggest difference. In Jewish culture, you're Jewish by your mother. In Israelite culture, you're a Jew by your father. If anybody wants to know, yeah, Jesus never said he was God. We lacked intensity. The phone number is there, 862-224-9027. If you saying Jesus said he is God, give me the verse, call in, and don't be scared. But the biggest difference between being Jewish and being an Israelite, you're Jewish according to your mother. And that's not in Torah or Tanakh. In Israelite, you're an Israelite according to your father. And that's in Torah and Tanakh. Always remember that. So when they say Jewish is in the Bible, Jewish is not in the Bible. Jew is in the Bible. And I challenge anyone to call in. Phone number's wide open. We live. I can't edit it. If you call and cut me, you can call and cut me. So the other part I want to play, and you can call at any point. All right? So I want to play this other part he said about Florida Everett.
Just in the draft. So when they need you.
Yeah, they said we couldn't get it.
Black people can't get it. Going on. Already got to live in the project. He got to look at Florida ass all day.
Just hold on.
Just acting. Look at Florida.
Look, wait when I play y'all this
It
part.
fucked me up when I found out that bunch.
So now when I play this,
That they can get.
this is us talking about, we was talking about entertainment. And we was talking about, I was giving 85 South they props because they was in the top 10 of funniest online. They was in the top 10. And so we start talking about Good Times being one of them shows, right? And so watch what Moneybag says. Hold up. You have to prove Jesus begat him. If don't. Yeah, so Mark Cleveland. I'm glad you said that. Mark Cleveland, I want to show you something, right? You can look this up. In Matthew 1:16, right? So I want to show you the verse first. That's Matthew 1:16. It says, and Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, of whom was born Jesus, who is also called Christ. I want to show you something with this verse. When you go to the interlinear, the word begat, when it says in Jacob begat, that's C1080, Geneo, right? And then when you go to of whom was born, that's the same word as begat. It's the same Greek word. So, being that it's the same Greek word, you could say, and Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, who begat Jesus. That's how it should be said. It doesn't have to say of whom was born, because the same word for born is begat. It's the same word. All right? Now, with all y'all talking, you can always call in. The phone number's there. Thank you, and I think Hebrew Knights of Zion might been the one that, because there was a brother that called me and put me on game to that. So begat and born is the same word. Begat, wait. When you say begat, he said begat is always right behind the father's name. Let me see. So I'm assuming, so now the reason why it's different when it comes to Mary. So like when we read a couple, it says, Salmon begat Boaz of Rechab, and Boaz begat Obed of Ruth. So when you saying that, it says Jacob begat Joseph, the husband of Mary, who begat Jesus. That's the end. I don't know why y'all getting caught up. Y'all getting so much caught up on the structure instead of the context. Matthew's, the first chapter, is Jesus' lineage. It's Joseph's lineage, though. It's not Mary's lineage. Yeah, you can. Yeah, Matt, you can call in for a quiz. You just so everybody understand, you can call in for whatever you want during the live. So to the map cartographer, if you got a question, just call a number. If you got a question, just call a number. The point of Matthew's, the first chapter, is not to argue Mary and Joseph. It's substantiating Jesus's lineage through Joseph. That's facts. You can't get around that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Sir Drop.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, wait, hold on 1 second, all right?
All right.
Hello?
Hey, Shalom, Captain Tazaryach.
Hey, Shalom. I got one other call on the line. I'm going to merge you on the call. I'm going to let him ask his question first, and then you'll go right after him, all right?
Okay, right on.
All right. All right, 234. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, I just wanted to know, do the Bible, I got two questions.
Okay.
One, was Mary literally a virgin if Jesus is not God? And the other one is, do the Bible speak on anything about demons and casting demons out your life?
Okay.
I ain't been able to find those scriptures that deal with demons, but go ahead.
No problem. Mary was a virgin, but a virgin just means a young woman. A girl becomes a virgin when she gets on her flower. Like when a young girl has her cycle, that's when she becomes a virgin, because now she's in preparation to be married. So that's what a virgin is. So, but now there's an age that you can be. This and virgin has nothing to do with sex but age. Virgin, it just means young. So if you take a woman, at some point, she's going to stop being a virgin when she gets a certain age. Like we might say a woman is old. Let's say, I don't want to use the term old because women going to get offended. But we might say she's coming out of that virgin age when she gets like, let's say 30, 35, 40. You wouldn't call her a virgin even if she didn't have sex, because now she's older. But let's say if she's 19 or 21, even though she's had sex, you're still going to call her young, because she would still be in the virginity state. So that's what virgin means. So yes, she was a young woman. She was a young woman. But Joseph and her had sex to produce Christ, because Joseph, when you read Matthew's, the first chapter, that's Joseph's lineage that Jesus is a part of. Even Mary said in Luke, the second chapter, your father and I have sought thee sorrowing. As far as the demon part, you can read that. First of all, I always tell people the word demon is not in the Bible. Spirit is in the Bible. So you might see like unclean spirit. So you can read that, right? And so I'm trying to get you a verse where it talks about casting out, fasting and prayer. Give me 1 second. I just want to give you the scripture because you say you haven't read that, right? So this is Matthew 17. This is Matthew 17. And I'm going to start at 14. It says, and when they were come to the multitude, there came to him a certain man kneeling down to him and saying, Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is a lunatic and sore vexed. For oftentimes he falleth into the fire and often into the water. And I brought him to thy disciples, and they could not cure him. Then Yahushua answered and said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I suffer you? Bring him hither to me. And Jesus rebuked the devil, and he departed out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then came the disciples to Jesus and apart and said, why could we not cast him out? And Jesus said unto them, because of your unbelief. For verily I say unto you, if ye have faith as a grain of the mustard seed, ye shall say unto this mountain, remove hence to yonder place, and it shall remove, and nothing shall be impossible unto you. Howbeit this kind goeth out but by prayer and fasting. So that's an example of a demon being cast out. Now, a lot of times people think a demon is something as extreme as that, but sometimes that demon is that drug you love. That demon is the idol you worship. That demon is the woman you worship. That demon is the money you worship. That demon is anything that's a hindrance from your serving the Most High. So there's some things that there's some demons you'll be able to get rid of. But then there's some that if you don't fast and if you don't pray, you will not be able to get rid of it.
All right, thanks for that, man. Yeah, and I want to give you a shout out, man, for keeping the little faith I got left in the book. You be going hard. I ain't found no flaws, and you answer every question, every contradiction. So shout out to you, man. And
I appreciate it, bro.
Looking forward to seeing that recap of that Bro Sanchez debate. I think stop playing it today. I didn't get to see it in real time.
I don't know.
Check that out too.
I didn't know if Sai was playing it, but it's actually gonna go live at 12 o'clock on this channel.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, that's
right,
that's funny
that's
funny that you say Sai was gonna play it, because I had set it up last night at 12 o'clock p.m. right tonight. Today it'll be live, uninterrupted.
All right, that might have been you then. I just saw his logo.
Okay.
Yeah. Notification.
Yeah. All right, no sweat, brother.
I keep on your thing, man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
All right.
Hey, to the other caller, you there?
Yes, sir. Shalom.
Hey, shalom.
Hold on, let me turn this down real quick. Let me give you a sincere salute. Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Yahushai Barakatah.
Hey, Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Barakatah.
My name is Brother Haram Adawan. I'm friends with you on Facebook. My name is Luis Diaz.
Okay.
I come from the old One West, or from the ICUPK, the Israeli Church of Universal Practical Knowledge, and it eventually would have changed to the ICGJC. I'm calling, man. Is there any way to get General Yohana to talk to Arya or Shar while they're still alive? You know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of questions that I have. A question would be you brothers claim that you guys are the original One West. And these guys over here, I know that they went off because they started basically, I guess you could say, worshiping Tazaryach. I don't know. But my question is there any way that, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, you're in ISUPK, you're right there with Yohana. Is there any way that, you know what I'm saying, that, and I know you can't speak for him, but is there any way that they can link up to you know what I mean, to I guess, do you kind of understand what I'm asking?
Yeah, I do. And I can't speak for Commander General Yohana. First, I don't know if you know, but Ariel passed away 2 years ago.
They said that was a rumor, man.
Nah, Ariel passed away. From what we know and confirm, Ariel passed away 2 years ago. I do know in Atlanta, maybe 4 years ago, it wasn't Kazakh. It might have been Shar, because I met one of the seven. I met two of the seven, actually, but in this instance in Atlanta, it might have been Shar that was in Atlanta, or Kazakh. I can't remember which head it was at the time, but we met him, ate lunch and stuff like that with him. But as far as reaching out, I'm not sure if that would happen. And even if it did happen, I don't know that if it would change anything. Meaning they still going to be a break off. And just to clarify, you can't leave the truth and then be the founders of the truth. Once you leave it and establish something else, you're no longer that. So ISUPK or even ICUPK never changed to ICGJC. They just left ICUPK or ISUPK and became something different. No different than when brothers left and became House of David. So they left. So Commander General Yohana never left, as long as there's a man in the original. And this has nothing to do with it being Commander General Yohana. This is just common sense. If there's any organization that starts and everybody leaves that organization, whoever stands behind and keeps that organization alive and resurrects that organization is the remaining of that. And whatever becomes of that, it remains. But if someone else leaves, they can't hold to what the original name was, especially because they changed the name. So Commander Jenny Hanna.
But even you guys don't even. So I'm sorry, Salakia.
No, go ahead. You was gonna say even you guys.
Even you guys don't even have the original name. You guys have the letters, but the original name was the Israeli School of Universal Practical Knowledge.
Right. You would have to. Yeah. So I know the reason why it was called those names. Some of it was for tax purposes, because Israeli. Right. So some of it, the name was because you can get the taxes easier as Israeli church. And then so once it was able to be established as Israelite school, it was still changed, but it was still the same school. Like the reason why ICGJC changed their name had nothing to do with taxes or anything. They was teaching something totally different, which is my point. Like, you understand?
Right. No, I absolutely. I was there. Calm.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. So they didn't change the name to take advantage of tax purposes. They changed the name because the doctrine changed. Tazaryach became the comfort. Tazaryach became the comforter. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whereas Commander Jenny Hanna never became anything other than general. If you think about, if anybody pays attention to this part, Commander Jenny Hanna has never even had a rank raise since he was general. Even the title of commanding or being the highest ranking man is not a title that he went for. Everybody just left. So it just fell to him. So he's never taken a new rank. The only reason he's in charge is because everybody left. And that's the most humblest thing that I think I know of, because everybody else would have made themselves a chief high priest or the high, changed their rank or anything like that. He's never changed his rank. He's always been general, and that's the title that he's kept. So because it's almost like I'm pretty sure, being that you say you're in a different camp, you've seen unity camps, right?
Right. Yeah. No, I'm not in a camp. I was the ICUP camp.
But you know of unity camps, right?
Right. Yeah. And I've attended the Mashal Yasha Allah back in, 5 or 6 years ago. But yeah, Khan.
Right. So now with those unity camps, they're unified for whatever that event is. So let's say if it's a 3-day thing, 4-day thing, week-long thing. But then after that, they go back and do whatever it is that they was doing amongst themselves. They're not really unified. It's like coming together.
No, right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it would be if Commander Jenny Hanna spoke to them. It would be cool for a moment. Like Head Priest Shishaya came to our cookout one time. That's what a unity event would be, where Head Priest Shishaya comes to our cookout, but there was no let's get together and stay together. So if it was something like that, and I've tried that with different groups. I said, let's get together to stay together, and some agreed to only to back out. So we've tried that behind the scenes. I've tried it multiple times behind the scenes to do that. But brothers don't really.
I think what it is they don't want to get up under you guys, because I know you guys make that claim, like ICGJC, like we all that one body.
I'm gonna give you another drink. They won't even come sit at the table to offer an alternative, to have a conversation, to even offer an alternative. Let's say if they don't want to sit with us because of that notion, they could still sit with us and say, okay, we don't want to do this, let's do this. But to agree to come and sit at the table and have a conversation, but did not even show up to have the conversation, they could never say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least be man enough.
I feel you on that, yeah.
Yeah, at least be man enough to say, I told you I was coming, here I am. This is what I propose. This is what we propose. And even, let's say if we still can't work it out, you go your separate ways, both parties could say we tried it. But we've offered, we still offer. Come and give us your idea. Your idea might be better than ours. The way you want to structure it might be better than ours. But if you can't even come sit at the table, even though we've offered it, nobody could say that we haven't offered at least to have the conversation. So.
Yeah, man. I didn't, wow. I thought that was a rumor from the Ariel passing away.
Yeah, no, there ain't no rumor. We did too, so we didn't want to speak about it at first. And over time, because I think the rumors started like around February or March of that year. And then once we got it confirmed, then, we went ahead and Commander Jenny Hanna gave a final speech for Ariel at the Passover that we had 2 years ago, and so that was it.
Well, okay, brother. I don't want to take any more of your time.
I appreciate the call.
Most high, Christ bless.
Hey, most high.
Okay, come.
No sweat. All right, Lord be with you. All right, shalom. Hey, as far as I know, High Priest Shai is alive. I don't know of any other outside of Marshall, Yaquab, and Ariel. I don't know of any of the other founding members passing away. So now, before I go, I want to play this thing. So now, back to what I was talking about before. Oh, wait. Lily Gaddis. Lily Gaddis is the white woman. For those that don't know who Lily... Wait, let me get this out the way, then I'm going to do Lily. This is what Carlos said about Florida Evans from Good Times and James Evans from Good Times. This shit was hilarious. Listen to this.
Love it. So,
yeah. Real shit. And you could tell the people made it and had some input in there. Wasn't just going off what these folks telling them.
Right. And on the TV show, you thinking he's like...
Pulled a lot of that shit from the two writers they had, the black dude.
It fucked me up when I found out that boy James had a white wife whole time.
Man.
For those that don't know what he's talking about, Moneybag said, messed me up when I found out that James had a white wife. So, for those that don't know, James from Good Times, that was James Evans. That was John Amos' wife right there. Right there. Listen, before I saw this, man, James Evans from Good Times was the father of all fathers. He was that father, but that was his woman. Now, this is important. So now pay attention, right? Because watch when Carlos start talking. Wait, watch when Carlos, this nigga is fucking crazy, yo. Watch this.
Yeah, real life. You know, on the TV show, you thinking he's like brother. Like he's a black man. He got a whole white woman and white chilling in the whole nine, man. That blew my mind.
That's how you knew he was acting.
His ass off.
Yo, they said that's how you knew the first thing Carlos said was, that's how you knew he was acting. That shit crazy. Why? Let me keep going. He said that's how you knew he was acting. Watch this shit.
Anger that every time he got mad at Florida, he was mad at us for real.
Acting his ass off.
Boy, that anger that every time he got mad at Florida, he was mad at us for real. That was real.
I don't go through this at home. That's what he thinking.
He had to go home and, baby, you know I'm just acting. Look at Florida. You always you know I don't want Florida.
Not bad. As long as you know me.
Yo, that shit crazy. Yeah, he said, you know I don't want Florida. Look at Florida. Yeah, that interview is out now. Just let me put it back in the chat. That interview is out right now. Hold on, let me go back to my live. Look at Florida. Hold up. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, just put it back in the chat. That interview is out now. You can check that interview out now. Now, before I go, Lily Gaddis, this woman here, Lily Gaddis. Let me see where this bitch is at. Where Lily Gaddis at? I'm trying to find Lily Gaddis. Let me see. Here we go.
Lily Gaddis, a white tradition and cracking pepper in one of her
Sick and tired of all girls getting blamed, or like guys, certain guys, thinking that all girls. I give my criticisms to all because we are all about equity and inclusion here, right? So I'm sick and tired of all girls getting blamed, or like guys, certain guys, thinking that all girls are gold diggers. I don't know if it's because you get your information from those street interviews and like
and that
Miami
food look nasty.
at 3 a.m. outside of a nightclub.
I guarantee you that food nasty as shit that she was trying to cook.
You're getting the opinion of some dumb whores and immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke-ass niggas.
See what she said? This the white woman that said everybody she know is married to broke-ass niggas. We'll be talking about it this Tuesday. This Tuesday, 8 o'clock, on my boy Ralph Killstream. Y'all know Ralph from Killstream? That's the guy. I'm in their Hall of Fame. I'm the only nigga in their Hall of Fame. So we'll be talking about it. Now, she's tried to clean that up, talk about she's a broke-ass nigga. She didn't mean black people. She was talking about other people. That's cap. Because I got some screenshots when she say that black people were puppets for her plan. Which means she had a plan when she said broke-ass niggas. So it can't be, it wasn't about black people or offending black people, and then now it's not. So we're going to have a conversation. We're going to talk about it because from what I gather, now she's what they call a trad wife, was supposed to be traditional wife, but she's not a wife. I don't believe she's married. She's what you call a single mom. You let them hear it raw. Now you're a single mom. So we'll talk about it. So we'll see if she's a trad wife. We'll see how this goes. Also, I can't work out with stuff like these. These is cool, but I can't really work out with stuff like these. These skull candies with that extra bass exact the perfect spirit to go ahead and lift this mother weight. Hey, I take an intro workout too. So right now, just so y'all know, if y'all want to follow my health bit, I take this BCAA recovery matrix. I take this while I'm working out as well, because y'all be having me in here for about an hour, which I appreciate. So until next time, hey, 12 o'clock, the debate. Oh, I got this the wrong way. 12 o'clock, the debate with Brother Sanchez will be playing live on this channel. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you donate. Donate to the Super Chat. Donate to the Cash App. Donate to the GoFundMe. All of that is going to the cookout that we have in September 1st. So until next time, Shalom Israel.